So the sun's kind of in my eyes. It's a hazy but sunny day here today. But we're going to go through the gardens and I'm going to show you just a really basic but very medicinal way that you can help to support acid reflux symptoms. You know, those PPI drugs that we get put on have a black box warning for a reason, right? So we're going to go over some plants that I grow in the apothecary gardens to make my blends at the apothecary spa. So first we'll start out with some marshmallow over here. So this one, it looks like somebody knocked it over, so we're just going to trim it. But I'm going to use these marshmallow leaves and those pretty flowers, and then let's go get some more super healing plants. Okay, so we've gathered some flowers. So we have our marshmallow flowers and marshmallow leaves because these are going to add a lot of moisture. So I want you to think that if you've been on a protein pump inhibitor, an acid blocker for too long, you know, most of the time we need more stomach acid than we have more stomach acid. But the symptomology can feel the same, right? So one of my favorite herbal teachers, her name is Phyllis Light, and she would always, when she's working with her clients, she would always have them drink room temperature water on an empty stomach. And in about 30 minutes, you can tell if you start to feel a little bit of discomfort, some nausea, then that's when you have too little stomach acid. We are also more hyperchlorhydric when we're younger, you know, when we're a kid, in our teens and through our 20s. But when we get into our 30s, our stomach acid actually starts to decline, right? But we go in because we're starting to feel that burning and we automatically get put on an acid blocker without really having a good understanding as to what's going on, right? So melatonin actually helps to support that esophageal sphincter to keep it closed. So that's something that you can do. You can always look at what are foods that I can eat that help to support melatonin production, and what is it in my lifestyle that I do that helps to deplete melatonin production, right? So that's one way to look at it. But this right here in the gardens, and you may have these too, is a great home remedy to really help support and nourish and put out that fire that you feel. So I'll just show you how I make it, mostly seasonally, because I do make it seasonally based on what's growing in the gardens. So we have our marshmallow flowers and leaves. We have our calendula that we're going to put down in here. We have self-heal. So I grow a lot of self-heal, and we're going to use the whole plant. Self-heal, I don't know if there's anything that self-heal isn't good for. It literally is called Heal All for a reason, but it is such a strong anti-inflammatory. Absolutely outstanding. I use it everything. I use it topically. It goes in a lot of my medical botany skincare. And of course it goes in so many of my blends. It goes in all my like oral mouthwash blends. It's just literally everywhere. So we're going to use the whole mint plant, and always go through your plants and make sure you don't have little critters, little bugs hiding in there, especially when you're cutting them straight out of your gardens or straight from nature, because it just doesn't get any more pure and natural than this when it comes to supporting your health, when you know how to use your gardens for these things. So okay, we have mint, we have our plantain leaves. Everything that you know that plantain does to you topically does to you internally. It pulls heat. It's a vulnerary. It's a strong anti-inflammatory. Just think that it puts out fires and it pulls inflammation from the tissues. Okay, so we've got a lot of marshmallow here, so I'm not gonna use all of this. Just a few, and the rest I will save for probably some lotion blends that I'm gonna make at the apothecary for my wildcrafted skincare. So, they're so pretty. Say thank you, Marshmallow, for being so supportive. So here we go. Pick that up. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, so here's the fun part. You've heard me say before, I do not like okra. I don't eat it. I wish I liked it. But I grow okra for the apothecary because I use it for that demulcent action. Here we go. Oh, man. So what I want is I want that slimy. There's those okra seeds. Super slimy. And I want that slime, that mucilage that's in there, that's in that marshmallow, is going to help to coat inflamed tissue. And then this is my peach pit vinegar, right? So save your peach pits, especially this time of year. We're in full-blown peach season. Peach pulls heat. It's an anti-inflammatory. It pulls heat and inflammation in the system. So that way we have a peach infused vinegar and we have an okra infused vinegar. It's going to help pull that heat. Okay, and then with the rest of it, we're going to make an oxymel, okay? So this is local raw honey from one of our local beekeepers. And we're going to do about half and half, okay? And then that honey, what does it do? It coats. It has a lot of enzymes in it. It's very, very healing. And then you can use a food processor. I don't recommend a blender or my immersion blender here. So here we go. So I've got it blended. We have a little bit of chunks in there, but I want those, okay? You want those because you want to be able to eat it. And this tastes lovely. I know it looks like a hot mess, but it actually tastes really good with that peach, honey, and mint is the flavor profile that it pulls. So we're going to pour this in here. Oh, look how pretty it is with all those vibrant colors. So what you do is you have a nice home remedy that you don't want to refrigerate. And then every time you eat, you take a teaspoon before you eat and you take a teaspoon after you eat. Anytime you start to feel that yucky burning coming on, you can use this beautiful blend and it will help to support healthy hydrochloric acids within your stomach.